my dear Scorpio. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of July with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And I hope you like the new Cancer display to honor Cancer's birthday month. As an extended member to this channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's a all signs reading up. The message I don't want to hear but needs to hear for the full members to this channel. And the steps to move myself into a loving relationship is up for all the members, where we reveal what message that come true from the divine. Subscribe and then check out the many perks of being a member through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I can recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for June to get a context, and this is the prediction for July. I will start reading your cards, and I use the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Okay. When I open your deck here, I see the 8 of Swords together with 4 of Cups. So it seems like your person is in a complicated place, like emotionally, and also when it comes to their thoughts. Sorry. 8 of Swords, it shows that they are trying to solve a problem, but they aren't finding a solution to it, and they are very weighed down with every other person's point of view in this matter. So if you have tried to offer this person love, they probably have, at least 8 different reasons to why that's not a good idea. It's generally a person that might not have the most positive outlook. Like when they look at their own life and their own possibilities, they might not think, particularly when it comes to love, maybe they don't think this is a good idea, or that there's some complication with this. So I call the divine with love and light, and they are heartbroken. Maybe they are heartbroken by you. Maybe there has been complications in the relationship where you haven't been able, not them, not you, to take consideration to the other person's fragile and vulnerable emotions. We can't know how other person feels, so the things we do, the things we say, we don't know how it lands with this person. And particularly when either when we meet a person and just are about to fall in love, we are very fragile and easily triggered. And if a person is used to love not going the way they want, they of course look for warning signals and red flags, which might make it even harder. Like one little remark and they think, you're like that, and I understand. And if this has been a longer relationship, it seems as if there has been some complication between you two that make them see blocks and maybe unsolvable problems for you to be together, and it's breaking their heart. Okay. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. We see the 4 of Cups being the significator. They're being offered something and they choose to not take it because, no, I don't want to. It's going to hurt even worse. So with the 7 of Wands, they put up boundaries to protect themselves from this becoming hurt even worse. And I call the 6 elements, and we have the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So this is not against you. It's not personal. It's them saving themselves from going insane, or becoming really depressed, or, falling to the rock bottom of their own psyche. So it's not because they don't love you. It's not because they think you're a bad person. It's because it seems like they can't take anymore. Okay. Or that they just don't trust the situation. If this is a new relationship, they don't trust the situation and they think that, no, it's better I'm without. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I know how these things are going to play out. I'm not going to play the game. Kind of that mindset. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Scorpio viewers. So I want my dear Scorpio to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay. I will tune in for a few seconds to you, the person most on your mind, and your relationship in July. So this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's the Seven of Wands. They try to protect themselves from more danger, from more hurt, from more complications. And this is the old bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. Here they just have opinions, like, you know, here it was this moment when they either judged you or tried to talk some sense into you. Okay, so it can have been, but I don't like that, or no, I'm not going to go with that, or I wanted, this is my needs, this is what I want. So they have tried to tell their truth, possibly, but sometimes the Page of Swords is just having all these opinions for themselves and kind of silently judge you without really communicating that, and then it's really hard to know what's going on with them and what it is that they are thinking or have an opinion about or doesn't agree with. Okay, so this is what's on your mind with the person most on your mind. This is the situation with the said person. This is what's on their mind with you, your feelings towards them, the bond between you two, their feelings, and your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for July, and their behaviors and attitudes. So situation, Four of Pentacles. It's not that different to Four of Cups. It's just a person trying to be unemotional and being stubborn. The Four of Cups, the person is emotional, but stubbornly saying no. This is a person that's more builds walls around themselves. And this is what's on your mind, and you want to reconcile, you want to talk things through, say I'm sorry, the other person to say that they're sorry, finding new ways to navigate the relationship. Or if this is a new relationship, you're still curious about this person, and all this drama has probably, maybe you have picked up on some of it, but you don't have the, you know, the bigger picture of how hurtful it is for this person to be in their body. It's not your fault, it's this person, or maybe there's if you have been together for a long time, there might be like you're not compatible, or like a bad match. But in general terms, I would say that this person is very sensitive, and they are so ready to be hurt, to be backstabbed, to be heartbroken, that they're looking for these signs, and possibly growing cold at times, or, you know, pulling themselves into their own shell, disappearing, or just acting like, you know, nothing is fun, they don't have any hope, everything is over, life is a bitch, and so on and so forth. But what's on their mind, it's the beautiful Three of Coins, Four of Coins. So Three of Coins, it just shows that they have hope. You know, this is probably a survival technique to avoid more pain, but on a soul level, they still hope for a solution and for finding, you know, a way forward together with you, cooperation, discussion, planning, even, you know, taking the next step in the relationship. They have a lot of ideas. They just shoot them all down with the Eight of Swords. No, that's not going to work because of that. That's not going to work because of this. And no, they will never agree to that. And I can't tell them that. I can't tell them how I feel. That would be horrible. So it's a lot of thoughts going on inside this person that makes the situation very precarious. It's like walking a minefield. Okay, and this is the bond between you two, and we have the beautiful Ten of Coins, showing that this, you know, either there's a legacy behind you. You have been together for a long time, or been friends for a long time, or, you know, known each other for a long time, and both of you want this to continue. I can see this with the Three of Coins and the Six of Cups here. And if this is a person you just met, you have so much in common with this person, but they are making it hard by being so low on hope and thinking that everything always go to hell anyway. It usually does, but we can enjoy it while it lasts. Everything will turn to ashes. Everything that we have, we will one day have to give away or leave behind us. And that's the truth, but there's no reason to have like a sad look on your face, because if that's the condition, enjoy it while it lasts. And your soul is eternal, so you will have another adventure another day. We can look at the Fool, and the Fool just, goes to, even if they would die, they would just go to the next adventure and to the next adventure and to the next adventure. They wouldn't sulk about, that they fall off a cliff and, oh, that was a big mistake and I shouldn't have done that. No, they just go to the next adventure and next adventure, even if that is in death. So this is your feelings, and you want to communicate, you want to reconcile, you want to get something hitting off with this person. You feel exhilaration and nice connection with this person. It's so hard to find these people that we feel that we have so much in common with, or that we just feel this attraction to. Either it's a friend that we feel like, oh, that person, I want to get to know them more, I want to spend more time with them. Or if it's a romantic attraction, it's rare, and you think that it's beautiful and you want to cherish it. And this is their feelings. We have the Moon, to no surprise. So scary thoughts, scary feelings is connected to the 9 of Swords that we saw, the stuff that nightmares are made of. It's kind of the depiction here. The crab, instead of the 2 dogs or wolves, we have crocodiles. And instead of the moon, we have an amethyst stone. And a lot of gateways, both the pyramids, the lights, and the small obelisks. So it's the Moon card. And it's about not fighting your subconscious. If you are an emotional, sensitive person, feel your hunches and guesses and tinglings and warnings, and get to know them, what they mean, because it's the language of your subconscious to you. It's the language of your soul to you. It's the language of the divine to you. But for this person, feeling all these tinglings and sensation, it just makes them freak out and, feel like the worst thing ever is going to happen to them, because they haven't really took the time to figure out what all these languages inside of themselves mean. It's like a pilot, piloting an aircraft and haven't bothered to learn the panel with all the, leverages and meters and, so when something flashes like this, they just, cover their eyes like 8 of Swords. Oh, it's something bothersome, but I don't know what it means because I never, finished my training. And their training should be, being very logic in your approach to what you feel. Okay, now I'm getting a bad feeling. Interesting. So like a scientist, we can take a note. Today at noon, I started to feel a dreadful feeling. Everything seemed all right in my life, but I got this dread. And I started to think about my mother-in-law and the difficult relationship we have. And now I realize I worry about the dinner we are going to have next month. So maybe we need to figure out how do we want to deal with the mother-in-law. The subconscious tells you that there's a problem. If you go there, just as you are right now, you're going to get hurt because this person is out to get you. And you need to figure out how to deal with this or decide to not deal with this. For example, if we have a loving partner, we can say, how your mother hates me. I just take this as a general joke that mother-in-laws are difficult. Your mother hates me. So if I give you a sign like, waving a white flag or something, can we just go home when she starts to act up? Even if we haven't had dinner just yet, we can go to a nice restaurant. It's a better way for me to cope with this, and I can, say yes to her next invitation. But if I'm going to have to withstand her torture of me, I won't. Next time, I am not going to want to go, and that's going to be a problem for us. So it's better if we go, or maybe you have a better suggestion, so we can talk to our partner and find out a strategy for how to deal with this dinner. And then the moon has given us a chance to come with a logic solution to our emotional problems, or to how to not get traumatized, for example, get serious PTSD. But this person, they haven't learned this, and they think it's just fearful and scary, and they just do like this, and the plane it's going to crash if they are not listening carefully. So we can't have this negative mindset through our life, because it's going to mean trouble. So are they dealing with this? In which way are they dealing with this? Clarification for the Modern Witches Tarot. 5 of Wands. No, it's just like an ongoing struggle within. So this is one aspect of them, and another aspect, and they are not, on the correct terms. No one is really speaking to each other. They're just freaking each other out. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there's hope for this person coming to a point when they realize, I can't have it like this. I can't have this, big argument with myself and my own emotions. And I'm going to start look at them. So they are on the brink, if we are getting tortured enough, maybe we get the point eventually. So this is your behaviors and attitudes. Strength card, that's good. And it's another 8, but you're turning your back towards this person. Is there any better way that you could have approached this, instead of just thinking that, oh, they are so darn impossible, I'm not going to deal with my mother-in-law. Instead, I'm going to go to dinner elsewhere. So maybe you're dealing with this partner, this person, in the same way that you just elevate yourself over the situation, and it doesn't make it personal, which is great, but it's not best way to do if we want to stay in a partnership. 4 of Wands, this is partnership. So we can, again, I'm getting this situation with the mother-in-law. So maybe they have a mother-in-law somewhere of these aspects, and this is the side to them that's quarrel with you, for example. So go to your partner, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and have like a quarrel with them. Or if they are not that type, have a discussion of them, of this mother-in-law. Like, I can stay, but then you need to tolerate that I will say no to her, or that I will put my foot down, or that I will talk back. For example, if they say, oh, so why did you choose this dress to this occasion? Don't you feel out of place? You need to be able to digest that I'm going to say, but I'm sorry, my mother-in-law, I love you, but your hairstyle has been out of place since, I don't know, the 1970s. So that will be a way to make her upset, but it's also a way to show, when there's a pecking order, it's a pecking order amongst animals, there's a pecking order amongst humans as well, and you might establish yourself in the pecking order, like you're not going to be pecked at, you're not going to be the one with a bruised neck because everyone pecked at you. And so it's about self-respect. But I'm feeling a warmth towards this person, but it's almost like you're it's like you're excusing them for not being mature enough, you're excusing them for not being adult or being able to take, so you're not really respecting the person 100%. I feel like a warmth, but in some way you're turning your back towards them, or one aspect of them. I think it would be better if you actually address that aspect, as in the example where you addressed the mother-in-law and gave her a comeback and made her feel the way you felt in a humor sense of way. You should never do that like starting the fight, but to throw back some crap if someone throws crap at you. It's totally tough love. So this is the other person's behaviors. King of Pentacles. Still, I'm not liking this with you being turned away from each other. So what's up with that? King of Pentacles, very stable card though. The Moon. Okay, so there's something not being addressed here. Something that both of you want to avoid. For example, both of you are covering up this person's dramatic feelings, and both are pretending that they are super cool, but you both know that that's not true. And it's like this person wants to come off as adult, don't want to have this feeling, don't want to have this. It's like destroying the relationship, but it never is. It's just information, it's just telling us something about our shadow aspect, the thing that we need to learn. And here's a cave instead. It's like a mysterious place where we need to go and excavate. We need to find out more about ourselves, more about our past and why we feel like we feel. We don't logically have to understand it. We can just know, okay, in this situation I feel like this. It's a mystery, it's an interesting mystery, but it makes me feel like this. Eventually, normally, naturally, we don't have to push it. We might identify it as feeling like put on a spot without anyone protecting us. And so in the future, we don't want to be put in a spot without anyone protecting us. So at least we are going to protect us. So even if, no one else steps up and say, hey, mom, that's rude. We are going to tell them it's rude, because we know, we have identified that the feeling is, I feel unprotected. I feel like put on a spot. And if no one else protects me, I will protect me. And we need to take ourselves that right to not just be, adding to the pain here, because pain is serious. Even if it's good as a teacher, it also adds up. When we don't digest it, we don't do anything about it, it adds up. And eventually it will drive a person crazy. So you don't want to go there. So it's better to deal with whatever comes up. So I think you turn your back towards them because they are too weak to stand up for you. So you need to stand up for yourself. They have so much personal issues. They need to figure that out. With the King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, it seems like, I think they have a very stable persona. It's just that probably they have learned from their ancestor, from their family, tribe, society, that don't deal with your emotion, just push them down. And that's making them totally unaware of their own emotions, and therefore it becomes a big problem. So I think it's a stable person in the foundation, but the ancestors didn't teach them how to deal with their own emotions. So now they need to teach themselves, and they need to deal with this themselves. And it's the same with the mother-in-law. She, blurts these things out to you instead of telling you what's the real issue. So it's just bullying you to make herself feel better about some moon crap that she has inside of herself, and that she doesn't, address or talk to anyone about, or even tell themselves. She's just unloading on you. And maybe that's how this family is dealing with their crap. But this person is trying to carry it on their own. They don't want to make you responsible for how they feel or drag you down. But I think you're interested in, getting a peek in. But also I'm feeling like a little bit disrespect from you. So maybe you need to address their hurt part a little bit more and say, I know you're hurting right now and I would want to help you. Instead of, secretly inside yourself feeling like they are ridiculous, because it's not helping the situation. So the outcome, Wheel of Fortune. No one knows where it's going to end, because it depends on the effort that everyone makes in this. You can continue to do this dance for, 1,000 more years and, avoid the topic, or avoid getting to know your own emotions, or avoid standing up to your mother-in-law. That's fine, but you also have a chance right now to deal with this, because when we get triggered, that's like, okay, here the wound is, now we can heal it. Winged Wise One, angelic help, miraculous aid. So that's great. Seems like the Fortuna, the fortune is on your side. In Sweden we say Mrs. Fortuna, but I don't know if that's a thing in English-speaking countries. Mrs. Fortuna. Okay. Always allies and never challengers is the Winged Wise Ones. They represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered accordingly to the will of the divine. That doesn't take away your responsibility. You still need to face that mother-in-law, whatever she is a symbol of. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic. Changing page if it's possible. With just one hand here. Have faith, whatever your circumstances, heavenly beings are watching over you. The Winged Wise One gives you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. They are translated These are translated within you as inspired thoughts. That's the moon card. Instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. So this is what the moon wants to do, but it can only do so if we listen and do the homework by getting to know what the message means. So even if you feel really bad, that's, the winged wise ones trying to help you get some crucial and necessary information to make the best out of the situation. Be aware of the higher consciousness in you. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That self is the kin to the winged wise one who have come to help you soar. So we have a lot of aspects, like if you think, oh, I want to do this, and then there comes an aspect saying, no, you can't do that because remember the last time. Or you think, oh, that was a hot person. Then it comes, an aspect that says, but what about hot people? They are too self-absorbed. And you want to listen to that first and know that that's you. But also listen to the aspects because they hold fears that's deeply conditioned inside of you. And when we face them and deal with them and help them and heal them, we become a much more free person, much more courageous to live our lives without fear. Okay. So, but it's looking good for your relationship. I think the person is ripe and ready to have a conversation. It's just that you seem to politely turn your back towards each other. So don't do that. Start to talk, address, speak, even if it's, destroy a perfectly nice day to have this heavy conversation. We don't have to have it all. We can say, okay, we'll talk for 5 minutes about this issue, and then we will board it, like table it to another day. So if the person is very sensitive to having, tough discussions. So I would urge you to watch the reading. What do they want to happen between you two, and the love reading for June to learn more about this situation and this relationship. And if you want to see a new and exclusive reading from me and watch the channel normal reading in advance and ads free, you can become an extended member to the channel. I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week, and personal questions readings for elements readings and all signs readings for the full members. For now, for example, we have the message I don't want to hear but needs to hear up for the full members. That reveals everyone's shadow aspect for all the 12 signs, which can be very helpful for you to know in this situation. Subscribe to the channel and then check out the different levels of membership through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about the membership. And thank you for watching this far. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell on your way out to get a heads up when the next video is out. Take really good care until then, and stay awake, stay healthy, stay blessed. Bye for now.